Hello gamers, and thank you for watching. This is going to be a different video since a lot of people said they are curious to see how YouTube monetization works. We will be discussing this, and also in the second part of the video I will be showing a few examples from some of my other channels. We will be looking at the analytics and check some videos more in detail. Some of these things you might already know, but the video will have information for both people starting YouTube as well as for more experienced ones with the platform, so you will find some new information for sure. Over the years, rules have changed regarding monetization on YouTube. These days, you need to reach 1000 subscribers and also surpass the threshold of 4000 watch time hours in the last year, which means 240,000 watch time minutes, which can mean a 100k views video and some smaller ones, and you will be able to reach this threshold, so it's not quite easy. Once you ask approval and YouTube checks the channel for the type of content and if you respect the community guidelines, if you have active strikes and a few other things, you will be approved in the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program, and commercials will appear on your video. From here on, things vary a lot and you have a lot of things that influence how much a video makes. You have different types of ads, which bring different incomes as well. It depends also on the type of video that you have and on the subject you're discussing, because depending on this, advertisers will spend different amounts. It also depends on the month in which the video gets the views and also on the countries from which the videos are watched. Let's discuss each one of these. The ads can be display ads on the right side of the video, overlay ads at the bottom of the video, sponsored cards, and skippable videos and non-skippable video ads, which are worth the most but which can irritate the viewer. If you have a video longer than 8 minutes, you can choose where to place the skippable and non-skippable ads inside your video. In the past, this was only possible if you had a 10 minutes longer video, but they shrunk it down to 8 minutes. One other aspect here relating ads is that they bring more revenue if they are relevant and people also click it. Then the revenue will be bigger. One important thing that influences the monetization is the category in which the video is. Generally, videos discussing finances, crypto and money tend to make more than other videos per 1000 views, and I will show you a few examples later. From what I noticed, videos like vlogs and the people category tend to do less than other topics. One other thing that I noticed is the RPM, which is what you get paid for 1000 views, tends to be higher in November and December. But again, this wasn't the case for all my channels. The gaming one had higher RPMs in November and December, but the people channel was constant and the RPM even dropped a bit during those months. One thing we need to know here is the difference between the CPM and the RPM. Basically, the RPM is what you get for 1000 views and the CPM is what the advertiser pays for 1000 views and YouTube gets a cut. Now, this is about 45% for YouTube and 55% for the creator minus taxes. So the CPM is basically the RPM plus what YouTube withholds. In the beginning, it used to be 10% YouTube and 90% the creator, but slowly the percentages changed over the years. Okay, one other aspect that is important here is the country from which the viewer is watching from, because the prices for the ads will be different. Now, I noticed that there is actually a mix between the type of content and the country the people are watching from. And once we get to the second part of the video, I will be showing you more specific examples. Generally speaking, views from US, UK, Germany, Japan, Australia, and Norway tend to generate more revenue, whereas views from India, Pakistan, Ethiopia, and so on tend to produce little to no revenue. It is what it is, and it also has to do with the economy and the spending power of the population in that region. A good RPM is considered somewhere between 4 or 5 euros or even higher. A poor RPM can be below 1 euro in some situations, even 0.5 euros, so it can vary a lot depending on the things I've mentioned. Now, in the second part of the video, we will discuss some examples for different channels so you can get an idea. Now, straight into the analytics for BestGamesJustin. So, if we go to the overview tab here, we're gonna see views 108k, and this is how much it made, 276 euros, which is about $300. Now, if we go into this tab here, revenue, we're gonna see what we discussed earlier. So basically, this is what you're gonna be paid for 28 days. I'm gonna be paid in this case. You see the RPM here, which is what you're interested in. Basically, this is the amount you get paid for 1000 views. So in this case, it's 2.68. And remember, I said the CPM is what the advertiser pays. YouTube gets a cut, and this is what you're left with. The total for the last 28 days, it's gonna be this, 276, which is not a lot. If we look the entire amount here at the RPM, we're gonna see it fluctuates, but this is the average it has. So it went a bit over 3.16 euros here. But let's check it also for the last 90 days and also check those critical months, which is November and parts of December, sometimes even October. It's a good month. Now, if we look in the last 90 days, we're gonna see here the total 850 euros, which again is not a lot for 3 months. Pretty much, we don't have any peaks. It's between 2 and 3 euros, exactly 2.55 as you see here. And if we go back, let's check in 2021 the entire year. Now, if we take a look here, we're gonna see a couple of spikes. So it's 4.38 in November 24th, again over 3, which is quite okay. And 4.39 here again in December, and then it slowly drops. At the beginning of the year, as you can see, it's 181, the lowest possible 165, and then it gradually starts to grow. Now, this is an interesting thing I wanted to share with you guys. This is quite important here. The RPM for this video, which is called 3 Free Mobile Mining Cryptocurrency Energy Efficient Apps. It's a video I did about mining. It's something I'm doing right now using this B, P, and star. Anyways, if we look into the analytics for it, going straight to the revenue again, we're gonna notice something interesting here. It's what I said earlier. So basically for this, you're getting 9.33 euros, which is about $12, I believe, or $11 per 1000 views, which is quite a lot. This is a good RPM. So channels that are doing this, that are focusing mainly on finances, crypto and stuff like that, they will probably have a similar RPM. It could be even higher than this. So 9.33 euros, in some cases maybe even 13, 14, 15 euros, it depends. And this is the amount that the advertiser pays, 20.40 euros. As you can see, the video made only 1.12 euros. This is because it didn't get a lot of views, 120. But still, if we look at the RPM, you can see it's a good market here. So if you're focusing your channel on this, surely you're gonna have some good earnings, at least, let's say. Now, let's take a look here on a different type of channel. This is in the category people, and it mostly gets views from Romania. Now, as you can see, the RPM, it's way lower. It's 0.79, which, to be honest, it's quite okay. I mean, it was even lower than this. It had some spikes, 1.13 euros here, 1.11 euros here, but it never reached 2 euros, so nothing similar to the other one. Now, if we check the last 90 days, we're gonna see here it's even lower. It's 0.66 with 0.37. I mean, some really low points here, 0.43. If we check the last year, we're gonna notice something similar here. It had a slow growth, let's say. It went a bit over 1 euro here, 130, but not a lot. A few spikes here, but that's it. So it was in November, a bit in September, 125, but that's it, only for a couple of days. Then it crashed. It went completely low here, the lowest being 144. And again, at the beginning of the year, it's embarrassing, to be honest. It's 0.33 euros, extremely low. For about 1 month it stayed like this, even a bit more. Maybe the first 2 months of the year were extremely low, under 0.5 euros, which is extremely low. Now, this is the total it made in 2021. That's because I got a lot of views, but the RPM it's really low. I mean, if you got the same number of views on a crypto or finance channel, you would get here like 10k, or actually even more. Okay, now another example here. We're going straight into the overview tab. This is not going extremely well. It made only 3 euros, but we're interested in this, in the RPM. Now, this is an educational channel. It gets most of its views from Romania, also from Spain, Italy, and a few from Norway. Now, as you can see, the RPM, it's a bit better than the other one, which again had views from Romania, but was people focused. This is an educational channel and it pays a bit more. Now, if you would have gotten views from US, UK and so on, this could have been probably around 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 euros for 1000 views. Now, as you can see, it doesn't make a lot. This is what we're interested here in. Basically, the number of views divided by 1000 and then multiply it by the RPM. And yet again, in this case, this is a video about crypto and monetization and so on, about the P&B network. Basically, you're gonna see here the same thing, a bigger RPM, 5.71 euros. The estimated revenue, it's not a lot, I didn't do a lot of views here, but we noticed the same trend, that cryptocurrency finances and stuff like that tend to be paid a bit better. And again, this has mostly views from Romania. I mean, views from US and so on would have meant more, around 10 euros per 1000 views. Well, let me show you now how you can see how much your favorite YouTuber is making each month. Plus or minus, of course, but you can have a general idea. Basically, we need to go into socialblade.com. Then you type here the name of the YouTuber that you want to check. In this case, PewDiePie, everybody knows him. And this is what we're interested here in. The video views, he gets about over 1 million, 2 million a day. Views, 48 million a month. Now, we should check this. We're gonna estimate, since it's a gaming channel, we're gonna estimate the same 2.5, 3 euros per 1000 views. Now, 48 million views, we're gonna divide it by 1000, and this, the 48k that we got, we're gonna multiply it with 2.5. So he basically makes a day 120,000 euros, which is $140,000 a day. Now, multiplying it by 30, we're gonna get how much he earns each month, how much PewDiePie makes approximately each month, 3.6 million euros, which is about $4 million each month. Okay, let's check another popular YouTuber here, Pamela Rife. She does sports videos and stuff like that. You can see here an example on the right side. Now, how much views he has? It's quite similar to PewDiePie, 31 million the last 30 days. And how we go about this? Let me open the calculator here. So, for 31 million views, it's 31 per 100,000 actually. Let's be exact about this. We're gonna divide it by 1000. This is what we get, 31.4k. And we're gonna estimate here an RPM of about 2.5, so something similar to what you get in gaming channels. It might be even more, but we're gonna say 2.5 euros, which is $3. Now, multiply it by 2.5 and we get 78.5k euros a day. Now, if we multiply it by 30, 2,355,000. So she makes 2.3 million euros a month. Now, this is only from YouTube. Now, you can make money from other sources of income. You can do commercials and do other stuff, product placement and stuff like that, different contracts with different advertisers, which is outside YouTube. Now, we're not discussing that. We're only discussing the raw income without taxes that you get from YouTube here.
Hope this video worked well for you. Thank you very much for watching the entire video. Don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe, and I wish you all the best. Goodbye.